So I must admit, you're going to see this video out of sequence. Continuity, as the professionals call it, is a problem for me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's just me and my iPhone sometimes, like in this situation. So this is cam day, or was, and stuff. But, so basically this video is the experience I had putting the Stage 2, or having the Stage 2 put in my green Road Glide. I'm trying to remember all the questions I thought of while I was doing this, and I just get out ahead of them. Yes, I did say that I was going to do the cam myself in the green bike, but we changed some things around. So what I ended up doing in this green bike that you're about to see is an S&S 475C cam chest kit with the tappet cuffs and all that stuff done. I have another cam chest, which is the Zippers Redshift 472, which is a really nice gift from the guys at Tab, and those are going to go in the ST. But the ST is now coming down for the body off of it, or some of it to be used in it's complicated. There's a lot going on. But anyway, so I'm going to talk just a little bit more on how this all went and how freaking awesome it was and how awesome it will be and all the numbers and all that stuff in a second. But I had to figure out how to start the video. So in short, before we even get into the whole how it went down, the Stage 2, which is the cam in your bike. At least if you go to Harley, they have the graphics that say Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 4, and what they all include. Stage 2, to me, is by far the best bang for the buck. That is changing out the cam. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. There's a lot of different manufacturers. Harley makes Screaming Eagle cams. As I said, Zippers, Redshift, they make cams. This is an S&S cam. S&S is, I've had a couple of those. Actually, matter of fact, same cam that's in the wife's CVO is the one that went in the green bike here, and that's the 475. There's different numbers and different configurations and technologies and things that do different stuff, and it's all way above my head. But the 475 is a really good, aggressive cam before you go big build, right? So great cam and a 107. I don't know about a 107. Comment down below. I want all this stuff. Anything I say that you disagree with, comment down below because I'm really interested because I'm not a real expert in this area. I would argue that you probably aren't either, but still, that's fine. I want to see what I want to see what you think and all that stuff. So 475 is really good in the smaller motors, 107, 114, 117. Once you go big, the number starts with 5. Typically, that's about all I know. And they get more aggressive, and you end up having to change valve springs and other stuff because the cam is too big, and the valve springs that are in the bike won't hold up to that size of cam. There's a lot of stuff. But the way this one was done is by buying a whole cam chest. So it's not just a camshaft, right? So what's the basics of what you have to do a Stage 2? Well, the basics are the camshaft, right? Because you can take the heads off and all that stuff, reuse the stock push rods and all that fabulous stuff, and literally just change the camshaft. And then you just need a couple gaskets and fluid, and you can do it. That's a lot more labor to take the heads off. So what I had done is probably what most of you would do, which is quickie push rods, adjustable push rods that you then can cut the stockers out so they drop out from the head. And then you put the new ones in, unscrew those so they get longer, and then lock them down. And as you can imagine, it's sort of... it's cheating a little bit from not pulling the heads off and all that stuff, but just not necessary if you use good push rods. And then from there, you would often do the cam plate and pump. So the cam plate and pump are the heart of the oiling system in the motorcycle. And if you have all that stuff out anyway, which you have to change a cam, then it just makes sense to change the cam plate and pump to up that stuff and better quality and all that stuff. This cam chest kit, I think, was about $1,600. And then it's a lot of labor for most shops. Now, as you'll see in this video, Billy did mine, which means that, he can hold a sandwich in one hand while snipping that stuff out. Just swappity-do, and it's done. And, you can smoke a cigarette while doing it. It's done at the end, right? But the average mechanic, this is like a day. And that's what my service advisor said. He's like, normally you get here in the morning, and it's all day. Now, also what I had done is I had the bike tuned. You'll hear me say later on in the video that I thought they'd have to do it a different day after break-in, but Billy was like, not for just a cam. He's like, I can throw the cam in and then tune it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big motor, a big fresh engine they want you to run in a little bit, because this motor was broken in. As a matter of fact, they did my first service while it was there because it was overdue anyway. So the motor was broke in. So he's like, I have no problem throwing a cam in and just tuning it right away. But that's it. I will now shut up. It's hard to imagine. And go into things that happened 3 days ago, so you can experience what the Stage 2 is like in this bike. Fun! Today's a great day. Lounging on the couch at the Harley dealership all day, which is not a bad thing because it's comfy, man. I'm going to take a nap. I don't care who walks around. I'm getting the cam put in the Grinch right now. SNS 475C cam chest is going in today. As a matter of fact, I remembered I had tappet cuffs at the house. That doesn't come with the kit, so I threw those in the saddlebag last minute. Brought my work computer and all that stuff so I can sit here and work, but I got Harleys all around me. I know a bunch of people who work here. They're all good people. They have soda machines and snack machines. Life is going to be good today. Every once in a while, I'll bop back there and irritate. I think Billy's doing the cam itself, so we'll see. But it should be a wonderful day, and at the end of the day, we're going to get some proper loudness. Guess I've sat on my butt long enough. I'm going to walk around for a bit. Billy is the one doing the job. Did I already say that? Billy's the same guy who did the 131 swap out of my red bike in like 6 hours. Like engine out, new engine in, 6 hours. That was fun. I'll live stream that if you want to go back to the history. So I'm going to run back and see. I've been here about an hour and a half. That means that Billy's probably finished pulling the cam chest out. We'll see if he's got, I don't even know if he's gotten to it yet, to be honest. Livewire Popo bike. Made the joke before that you only have to run away from him for so long. Say hi, Benifer.
Hey, how we doing?
Caught him looking at porn. I guess he's on it. Look, put him on magazines. He's better than I am.
He's been in the fluid too.
So, I've been here an hour and 50 minutes. He's got the whole exhaust system off. How many hours did it take me to do the install? So, grinding everything out. Then he will put it up on a lift and use the back wheel to feel, he'll cut the push rods and shit I don't know how to do, and that's what real expertise is. So, what's up, Eddie?
What's up?
So, there we go. Took me 5 hours to put that head pipe on. He's got the entire exhaust off in 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Experience. That's experience.
There's been progress. Oh no. It's all broke. So there's been a couple things to realize. This cam chest originally was going the ST. So the push rod covers are black, but they realized they have some chrome ones in stock. So I'm going to switch those out for Screaming Eagle ones, which they're like, they kind of prefer those a little bit, So that'll be good. They stay tighter longer. That's the feedback I'm hearing. But yeah, man. There's the juices coming out. Big service department here. And this isn't even all of it, but they're good people. They've always done right by me. Hey, look, you can actually see my back wheel. Let's see what's happened. By the way, that's Billy's panhead. Here he is. Oh, look at it. Dude, it's in. You gotta be kidding me. I missed the whole thing. I come back, whole goddamn cam chest already in there. Well, there you go. 475C in already. Push rods. Dude, he's like pretty much done. I missed all of it. I missed all of it.
What's up?
So he's got to show me up with a freaking pan head sitting next to it here. This is Billy's bike. This is all actual gold plating on the motor. This was plated in 1977. I think he said it's a 63 or 64. And the funny thing is, that battery is the starter battery from a Livewire. Livewires have a big battery pack, but they also have a little battery that turns the system on. So that's actually from a Harley Livewire. That's what I need in my life. Well, let's see. I'd hope to see like the unboxing of the stuff and everything, but whatever. So recap, 475C cam, plate, pump, all that stuff. The tappet cuffs we did, also S&S. The push rods we did Screaming Eagle because we had black ones, and it's Billy and them's preference actually. They like the Screaming Eagle push rods more than the S&S, but I guess we'll hear it in a bit. And then Billy, he is going to tune it today. He said when it's just a cam, I'll do it. So we're just going to let it run a little bit here in a bit, and then he's going to put it on the dyno and see what we get out of it. It's not going to be a screamer. If it's 110 horse, I'm going to be like, right on, you know? We'll see. Let me catch him in action. Probably doing like the last screw. I go out, I come back, pipes are gone. I come back one more time, cam's already done. I come back one more time, the freaking exhaust is back on. Missed all of it. Well, we saw for sure the S&S cam chest is in there. We'll probably hear it in a bit. That, what he's doing right now, if you saw the install video, sucks. Like, that's the worst part of the whole thing. Hey, look, he lined up my shield right, though. That's good. Evidently, I did some things wrong. So far, we've discovered one cross-threaded bolt. He fixed that. He's not happy right now. Poor Billy over there fixing my screw-ups. Should be going on the dyno here pretty soon. It's going a lot faster than I thought. But then again, Billy's not human, so that's an advantage. Walking around the back of the service department where the dyno bay is, and we'll see how long before it goes on, what kind of numbers we get, how she sounds, all that sort of stuff. So there's someone ahead of me. Lowrider ST. 121 power, 133 torque. I don't know what's in it though. I don't know anything about that motor, but 121 and 133 is probably what? A nicely tuned 117 maybe? Stage 2 117? I don't know. I don't know anything about that bike, but that's where it's at right now, whatever this is. He even resynced my new tire sensors, so now I won't have a light on the dash saying your tires are flat. It took 4 seconds. It was amazing. No more lights in the dash. He's got one to finish up, so we'll watch this a bit. But if he doesn't push it, you know, reliability is still important. So, you know, that's what everyone loves about having him tune your bike, because he doesn't make it to where it's going to kill itself. He said he had about 30 more minutes on this guy before he can get on mine. Looks like he got 126 horse and 136 torque at its best run. So again, I don't know anything about the motor in this guy. It's a lowrider ST, but no idea what's in it. I wouldn't think 131. It's probably, you know, cam, good pipe, everything else, but yeah, pretty respectable. So I got the final word on that lowrider ST. He ended up at 130, 140. After I was done, he did a couple more pulls, he did some more stuff, and he ended up 129, 130 and a half, blah, blah, blah. He said like 140. And I was like, oh, what is it? And he goes, it's a 131. I was like, I thought those did more than that. And he goes, this one's EPA. So it's a thing. Like that bike's got a 2-in-1 on it, but I guess it's got a cat in it, and it's tuned with Harley's tuner. I think it was, maybe not, I don't know, but Harley's cam and all that stuff. That bike is EPA compliant and is like 130, 140, which my 131 was, the motor was all Harley, but it was tuned non-EPA. That's mine, and it was 135, 145. So let's see him move it over. It's not tuned, so it ain't gonna sound right, but here, you can hear it already. So this is actually running on the base map, like base regular stock road glide map. No tuning at all by the auto tunes I did, but with the cam in it. So it's gonna run like shit, but we'll see what he can get out of it, just to see what the baseline number is. He said he always starts with a stock map. He never uses, any of the maps that are available, and starts, every single tune is custom, so we'll see. That's loud. Different than that ST. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but on that run, so not tuned, but with the cam just dropped in, 102 horsepower and 118 pounds of torque without a properly tuned motor. Just the cam dropped in and run on a stock map. Surprised it didn't pop more, but whatever. So yeah, 102.5 horse, 118.75 torque, not tuned. So how do we get that up? And I'm no expert, but that's a pretty dirty line. It's kind of all over the place. Again, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I know you want a smooth curve up, and that ain't it. So we'll work on that too. I already saw 109.5. They're saying that we should expect 110 horse and about 120 pounds of torque out of a 114 displacement. So the cam gives it quite a bit. I don't know what the stock is. I'd be curious. I bet you the Fuel Moto has dyno runs on stock bikes. I'll have to look. If I can find that, I'll throw it up on the screen. But yeah, so we shouldn't really hope for more than 110 horse, 120 pounds of torque, just because it's still a stock 114 from the top up, you know? No head work, none of that stuff. And now I have no idea what he's doing. Oh, timing. Okay, yeah. He's messing with the timing now. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear, but the idle sounds nice. Dropped it down probably to 900 or so. And it says I'm low on gas. I can see on the screen. They got some. How about that? 114, 127, which is the same, almost within one torque on my wife's CVO with the same cam in it, but a different tuner. Hers is TTS and this is Dynojet. So 114 and 127. That's better than expected. Wasn't it fun? I said it'd be fun. But anyway, so here I am, back at home, back to the future. And I have my dyno chart here, if you're curious. Now, I want to know what your bikes are doing. Keep in mind, except for the cam, and the pipes, and the tuner, and the intake, the bike is stock. And what I mean by that is, yeah, I know it's a cam. There's got to be somebody critical. It's stock, it's stage 2. What I'm talking about is the top end of the motor. Never touched. Stock pistons, stock 114 cubic inch jugs, stock heads, all that stuff. Stock valves, stock throttle body, stock intake. Like it literally is just the exhaust, the air cleaner, the tuner, the cam plate and pump. So the entire top end of the motor completely untouched. Okay, so that's why I'm happy with these numbers. So this bike dynoed after several runs at 114 horsepower and 127.02 pounds of torque. And it's pretty much, I don't know, you can't really see the chart. There's the chart if you want to freeze or something like that. But basically, I'm reaching peak horsepower at 5,400 RPMs. Am I seeing that right? Yeah. And peak torque at 3,800 RPMs. So really at 3,000 is when this guy comes to life. It has an amazing sound, though. So me and the wife went for a ride yesterday, just ran an errand real quick, and just to mess with her. I waited till she was at my 5 o'clock. I think she was like, we ride staggered, so left front, she's right rear. And she was at my 5 o'clock, and I was doing about 30 mile an hour? 20 mile an hour in third gear. 20 mile an hour third gear at 2,000 RPMs, and I just rolled her on hard and dug out of a hole up to 3,000. That's when they get really loud, is they're digging out of a hole. It was so damn loud. It was, even I was like, damn. And I had like my gringo helmet on. Like, I was like, she's going to be so pissed. And we got to the next light, and she was like, what in the hell was that all about? Because remember, even though she's got a slightly bigger motor, 3 cubes more, which, by the way, her bike dynos at like 120 horse and 28 pounds of torque. So torque's almost the same, but she's got 6 more horse. That's what the other 3 cubic inches get you. But her exhaust, you remember, is the 50 cal, right? So the 50 cal being a more open pipe, not a performance issue. In my opinion, in my experience, a larger pipe lets the sound out. And what that means is it doesn't focus it, so it's not as loud. That's just my experience. You comment down below if you disagree. This bike has a 4-inch pipe. So it's even a full cubic inch or full inch in diameter smaller than hers, which is going to focus that sound and make it louder. And it has fishtails on it. And fishtails take those exhaust gases and the sound and pinch them together so that when they exit, they have a crack to them that is just, it's intense, man. Like it's sharp. It's some people hate it, right? Old small 1 3/4 fishtails, I'm not a huge fan of that sound because it's so raspy, it just hurts, right? But these, there's some movement, there's flow, there's that and the other, but it's still a pretty focused, very sharp sound. Let me go ahead and shut this off for a second, fire it up so you can hear. The difference is significant. The lope that the motor puts out now is just a great sound. And I've heard people say, oh, stage 2 makes them louder. I'm like, oh, why? It's not just that it lopes right and all that stuff. It's many more decibels than it used to be. So one last note. I was talking to Billy, and I don't think I remember I recorded this. You'll see somewhere in the video where he had just he was dyno tuning a bike, a Lowrider ST, and I was like, I don't know what's in it, et cetera, et cetera. And I asked him, oh, it's a 131. I go 120. I think it was 126 or high 120s to 129, something like that, and like 130, high 130s in torque. And I was like, I thought that 131s typically did, better than that. And he was like, EPA. So if you're ever curious, like what EPA tuning versus non-EPA tuning does, that's what it is. So that bike was EPA compliant, tuned with a Screaming Eagle tuner, had a cat, had all that stuff in the pipe and all that crap. And that was high 20s and then high 30s or something like that. Whereas my bike, my 131 bike that I just had a totally stock motor. Like it was all 131 Screaming Eagle stuff out of a crate. So regular cam pump, everything comes in a 131. It was 135, 136 horsepower and 146, 147 pounds of torque. And the only difference between that bike and mine really was tuner. So there's a 10-ish horse, 10-ish pounds of torque difference just by having EPA compliance or non-EPA compliance. Again, a quick asterisk here. I only ride my motorcycle in my backyard and then at racetracks. Never ride my bike on the street. So it's all perfectly legal. This is all fine. Anyway, so that's it. Anything else I forgot to mention and stuff, comment down below and I'll try to figure out what the hell I should have said. Because I did a bad job, as I normally do. But then again, paid for these parts. So I don't owe nobody nothing. All right. Love you all to death. Take care of each other. I love you all to death. Take care of each other out there. We'll talk real soon. Bye.